Can you beat Minecraft with only one block? Today I'll finally be tackling one of Minecraft's well-known modes, one block, to see if I can beat it. For those of you who don't know what one block is, essentially you spawn in the air with only one block beneath you. This block changes every time you mine it and the goal is to reach the end of each phase. You'll understand what I mean by this as the video goes on. The mod I'm using along with the creator will be linked in the description below for anyone who'd like to try this themselves. And without further delay, let's get started. Starting off on our beautiful one block of land, I get to mining in order to cycle to the blocks that I need. The beginning portion of the one block is basically a tutorial that shows you how everything works. The block soon spawns a chest which gives me a water bucket, and at this point I'm not entirely sure if this will be my only water bucket, so I quickly use the water to place a block under the one block and safely store it as I don't want to lose it. Moving on, I finally start phase 1, the plains. This phase essentially gives you anything you'd find in a normal plains biome, i.e. wood, grass, pumpkins, and animals from time to time. I should also mention that every now and then you receive a chest with some goodies inside. While mining, a couple of pigs spawned. The first one got obliterated by my wooden axe, and for some reason when the second one came along I decided to make a wooden sword even though my axe was one shot critting, and this caused my pig to go flying off the edge. Yes, this is me guys, the smartest Minecraft player to date. Not too long after, a cow spawned and I decided to take this opportunity to increase my island area. After making some fences, I forced my cow into the pen, holding him captive for the foreseeable future. Continuing on, the one block soon spawned sheep, chickens. Chicken, can you just get in the fencing please? No, chicken, where are you going? And eventually another cow. And with all of my animals in captivity, we move on to phase 2. The underground. In case this wasn't obvious enough, this phase will now spawn various ores, stone, and mobs that you definitely wouldn't want to see in your bed at night. For the beginning of this phase, I was immediately greeted by a mushroom cow, and so being the lovely gentleman that I am, I moved him over to the pen. I guess you were all expecting me to let him live. Do you know what kind of hideous crimes the mushroom have committed? With that out of the way, I smelt my very first lot of iron, make some shears to shear my sheep, and craft myself a lovely bed. And the reason for this is because I can. As my mining continues,
hey, what's up guys?
a creeper unexpectedly spawns and almost destroys my chest with all my items. This was a very close call, as if I lost my water I was going to do something unforgivable to Steve, and you wouldn't want that, would you? I swiftly grab my items and relocate my chest away from the one block spawn, as I don't want any more creepers blowing up my chests. Continuing on, some zombies spawn without warning, honestly making me jump a little because I was not expecting them. You see how this one block makes them spawn with helmets? Bit cruel, isn't it? After killing the zombies and even more zombies, I start the countdown to phase 3, the snow biome. To start off this phase, a wolf spawns and immediately starts attacking my sheep. I'm sorry, but this had to be done. I just can't risk losing my sheep. Is that entirely true? Oh well, even if I don't need them, I still need them. What am I even saying at this point? Moving on, some stinky strays spawn, and I thought this was actually a great opportunity to get some bones, but what do you think I did? Get the f out of my room! I'm playing. Yeah, I knocked them off the edge because my sword didn't kill them fast enough. So I did what any normal person would totally do, which was build a wall to prevent my mobs from falling off the edge when I attack them. This way I can hopefully get a steady source of arrows for fighting the ender dragon with. Soon after, we were getting some polar bears, which were giving me a nice source of fish, and eventually some more strays spawned, and because of my totally foolproof method, I was able to get some bones and arrows. Not too long after, something odd happened. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened here, but all I know is that I fell off the island and lost a bunch of my items. I think this may have been karma for pushing the mushroom cows to their doom. Moving on, losing this many items wasn't really a big deal, as I just kept mining away and was able to get a lot of my resources back. Using the bones that I got from the strays, I tamed the next wolf that spawned, leaving me with a pet for life. A bit of polar bear here, and a little sprinkle of gold over there. We were finally ready to move on to phase 4, the deep slate caves. Before diving into phase 4, I wanted to expand my area a little bit in order to have some more room, which is exactly what I did. The main reason for this is because more and more different types of mobs have been appearing, and honestly, if a warden does so happen to spawn, I'll need all the room I can get. After expanding my base, more zombies spawned, but this time with gold helmets. Why the helmet material had to change for the already annoying mobs? Who knows? I quickly dealt with them and was soon met with some normal skeletons who almost killed me, so I ended up using his friend as a bone shield, wrapped around to grab some golden carrots, and an iron helmet before going in for the final strike. After fighting even more skeletons, I finally came across my first diamond. This was great as now I knew this phase was going to give me diamonds and all I could do was hope for more. With this, I smelted some more iron and gold in order to make some golden apples and some iron armor, as this was going to make dealing with the skeletons a lot easier. At this point, I really wanted to get a farm going to start breeding my animals, so using some ice that I obtained from one of the earlier chests, I broke it to obtain another water source, which I then combined with my bucket of water in order to make an infinite water source. With this, I tried my luck with bone meal once again in order to make grass, and lo and behold, I finally obtained some seeds. Crafting an iron hoe, I got to work and planted some seeds. It felt pretty good to finally start a farm, and with this, I got back to work with my one block. A super chest spawned, and for some reason gave me an Elder Guardian spawn egg. Why I would need this? I honestly have no clue. If any experts want to let me know, please feel free. Music disc 11. We all know what to do with this, right? After mining and mining and mining, another monster party spawned, but this time things didn't go quite as planned for them.
Bro, I'm really about to get your pickle chin ass.
Bruh. Bruh.
By destroying their mental, one block was starting to be no match for me. I knew their little tricks to spawn their monster party, and with this, we swiftly move on to phase 5, the Lush Drip Caves. To start this phase, using some leftover deep slate and dirt, I started to build an area to be able to grow some trees for extra wood if needed. As I was building it, I realized I didn't have enough dirt, but planted what I could regardless. Back to the mining, some very strong fish spawned. I'm going to assume these effects are a resistance effect, as these little fish took a lot of hits. Soon after, I was greeted by my very first spider jockey, which was pretty cool to see, even if they are annoying. Soon after, another one spawned, and I thought to myself, okay, so this is what the phase is going to throw at me the whole time? But to my surprise, they gave me another type of jockey, the good old baby zombie on a chicken. Question for those of you at home, can these spawn naturally in just normal Minecraft? I've honestly never seen one in vanilla, so feel free to let me know. As I was mining, to no one's surprise, an axolotl spawned. So I immediately grabbed my water bucket, picked her up, and placed her in my water source. I'll expand on this later, but for now, this is her home. There weren't really too many things of note in this phase, just a couple of dirt and moss blocks with the addition of the jockeys and the axolotls. I managed to obtain another super chest which gave me a wolf spawn egg. Using the egg, I spawned him in and instantly tamed him. I now had 2 doggos just chilling on my island. Feel free to give them some names. Ah yes, another monster party. You know the drill. This one was way easier this time around, mainly because the majority of them were just unarmored spiders. So yeah, after a few more jockeys and many axolotls, we finally made it to the last block to bring us over to phase 6, the ocean floor. But yeah, that's about it for part 1. Part 2 will come out whenever it's out. Catch up.